Ah, man. Just when you thought that things couldn't get any worse when it comes to Warner Brothers ruining things we love, like Mortal Kombat 1, it seems like $12 fatalities are going to become the norm moving forward. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dynasty, back again with another Mortal Kombat 1 MK Uno video, and it's time to rip off the Band-Aid now. This was information that dropped a couple of days ago. I wanted to give the weekend some time to let this just like stew in my brain, and now I just have brain stew. It seems like my brain is mush just after reading things of this sort because, well, Warner Brothers is focused on transforming its biggest franchises into service games. That was according to the head honcho via the most recent earnings call that WB had at the end of last week. And my homies, that is not a good thing. That means that the franchises we love, like Mortal Kombat, are going to continue to nickel and dime us like a free-to-play game, even though this is not a free-to-play game. This is a premium title that we paid $70 for. I've said it for a while now, the writing's been on the walls when it comes to Mortal Kombat, kind of going like this, and if you think it's gonna get better, I'm sorry to say that it's not. And I'm not just trying to be negative. It's so weird to me how every once in a while there's a comment that pops up and it's like, oh, Dynasty does just complain about Warner Brothers ever since he's been blacklisted. It's like, dude, even if I wasn't blacklisted, I wouldn't be talking like this. Believe it or not, when I was sponsored by Warner Brothers, I was still pretty harsh on practices that I didn't agree with. I was still leaking content. I was still myself despite being sponsored. Being sponsored doesn't mean I change my opinions on things, despite what a few people in the comments think, and it's wild to me seeing the reception after the whole $12 fatality fiasco. People are okay with paying for fatalities, and it just blows my mind. People are calling me a hypocrite because I paid for a skin, but not a fatality, where I think at least a skin, which should be free, you get more out of that versus a cinematic that happens at the end of a match. It's besides the point, but again, last week it was confirmed that this is the direction WB is taking their properties. So I'm going to break this stuff down. If you are bummed like me, drop a like on the video because you love me and I love you. And I love Mortal Kombat. And despite the bullshit, we're going to sit here and just watch the world burn. Or in this case, the franchise that raised me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and break down this interview, this article from VGC News to give you the run of everything that was mentioned in this earnings call from the head honcho, the CEO of WB Discovery last week. So again, I'll have the link to this in the description down below. Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav has said the company's focus on turning its biggest gaming franchises into live service games. Speaking during the company's latest earnings call, Zaslav discussed plans to transform franchises like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, DC, and Mortal Kombat, which he sees as individual billion-dollar gaming franchises, into service games. Our focus is on transforming our biggest franchises from largely console and PC based with 3 to 4 year release schedules to include more always on gameplay through live services, multi-platform and free-to-play extensions, with the goal to have more players spending more time on more platforms. Ultimately, we want to drive engagement and monetization of longer cycles and at higher levels. We have specific capabilities. We are currently under scale and see significant opportunity to generate greater post-purchase revenue. This paragraph right here is the dagger in my heart. We want to drive engagement and monetization of longer cycles and at higher levels. We are currently under scale and see an opportunity to generate greater post-purchase revenue, aka without the buzzwords. They want to make more money off of their consumers after they sell us a game, which is why they're going to a live service direction. Again, like a Fortnite, like a mobile game, they're wanting to turn their franchise into something that has longer support and more microtransactions. There's not much more for me to say other than this is just gonna get out of hand. Again, people are thinking that because NetherRealm Studios came out after seeing the backlash about one fatality for $12, we're going to give you another 2 for free. It's been confirmed that from the jump, it was always supposed to be 3 fatalities for $12. They just didn't communicate that. It wasn't a win. That was the plan all along. Now, obviously, 3 for 12 is better than 1 for 12, but these things were always free. And I don't care if this upsets you. Does not mean that I'm broke. Does not mean that you're broke. By principle, by design, we shouldn't support companies that nickel and dime the consumers, because up until this point, a game like Mortal Kombat gave us this content for free. Absolutely free. You paid for the game, you got additional content for free. If it wasn't free, it was pretty damn cheap. It sucks because if we thought the fatality situation was out of hand, it's only gonna get worse. I mean, just look at how they're monitoring the store right now. You know what I mean? Like, for years we asked for a lot of these Deadly Alliance skins, $10 a pop. So it's like, on one hand, we're getting all these classic skins probably, right? From every classic Mortal Kombat game. They're probably gonna give us so much more skins in the store than we've ever had, but at that cost, at $10 a pop. And it's just so damn bittersweet. And it's not even just, you know, Mortal Kombat and WB, it's gaming as a whole. It's been on this whole live service direction for a few years now, where they're trying to just capitalize their profits, and you hate to see it, but WB, and in particular NetherRealm Studios, Mortal Kombat, has lived long enough to become the villain, and that's not something I take pride in. Again, for some reason, people think I enjoy being negative. I really don't, man. I love Mortal Kombat, you know. I love NetherRealm. I'm not going to say I love WB, because I don't. But if you're not concerned about the future, you probably should be. Now, in this exact same earnings call, apparently, according to the CEO, Mortal Kombat has sold 3 million copies already. And they pretty much confirmed that they want to support this game, I believe, for like 3 to 4 years. Event Hubs, they talk about this, a whole summary of exactly that was, you know, what was said in this earnings call. I could play for you the audio, but I don't want to, because WB could probably copyright claim this because they hate me. But you can see here, as part of that, it sounds like WB hopes to support Mortal Kombat 1 for around 3 to 4 years, which would be a big jump from prior releases. Yeah, just like it says here, NetherRealm Studios would typically only release DLC and updates for just about 1 to 2 years since Mortal Kombat 2011 and Injustice Gods Among Us, and that's the case. Since 2011, it seems like universally every franchise they make, you know, Injustice, Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm supports the game for about 2 years tops. MK11 got about 2 years, maybe it was supposed to be 3, but then COVID happened, and who knows if they were shifting their focus on Injustice 3, which became MK1, or was it always MK1? We don't know. So with them moving into this like live service direction, they're going to support the games longer with content, because again, moolah, money from the horse's mouth. The CEO says, hey, we could be making a lot more money off of our consumers. Let's do that. Let's continue to provide post-launch content, which again, double-edged sword, more content at a price. I think it was just confirmed today. Omni-Man is what, $8? We'll see what happens. It's just wild to me because when this went live, a lot of people like me were kind of worried about the future of Mortal Kombat. I've always been, but when you have the CEO saying like, we got to maximize profits at any cost, it's kind of scary. And in regards to this, it was wild because Ed Boon shares this article, right? And the way Twitter X is set up now is, I'll just show you, it's hilarious. Ed Boon came out and just shared the article, and simply, you know, along with the article, it says, love Mortal Kombat fans. And you can't tell this is even an article, it just looks like an image, and it's just Johnny Cage holding on to this sack of money. And just like, you know, Zach's Not Dead was saying, I thought this was a parody account because, again, it's like, read the room. This is like in the midst, the whole $12 fatality debacle. It just looks like Boone saying, I love Mortal Kombat fans because they give me money. And shit. So yeah, that's the direction that Mortal Kombat 1 is heading and all WB games are heading. I really don't have anything to add other than the fact that, well, this sucks, but you already knew that. I think we all pretty much share the exact same sentiment on this. I can't say anything that hasn't been said already. If you want to see the feedback to this, fuck, it's bad. In regards to this quote from the CEO that mentions how they want to, you know, generate greater post-purchase revenue, just look at the responses on Twitter, man. Rip any chance we had at a new Batman game. Massive L, honestly. At this point, I can see Suicide Squad as Rocksteady's last DC game. Didn't they learn from Suicide Squad? The big gaming crash will be because of live service games. Oh no, why? Looking forward to seeing them all fail. I can't wait to play none of their games. WB Games is a joke. Embarrassing. Rip Warner Bros. Games. When will they learn? Cool, I won't be buying. Tired of this live service bullshit. LOL, rip. I think they will end up losing a lot of money on this. I hate it here. AKA, we're about to make a ton of stuff nobody wants and it'll fail and we'll blame consumers and lay off people. Live service is dead and has cost companies millions of dollars in losses. Rest in peace, Rocksteady. They had to ruin it. Everyone disliked that. Rip. No. Die screaming. Well, GG, Suicide Squad. This is what it feels like. Live service. Everybody run. Unfortunate. It will flop. Sad to watch. Moment of silence for everyone who paid $100 for the Multiverses Founders Pack. Dude, don't even get me started on Multiverses. That game just disappeared. It's not even available to be played right now. And they had a $100 Founders Pack. So again, the reception to this quote from this earnings call from the CEO, it's been negative. And again, this affects not just Mortal Kombat, but everything under the WB Games umbrella. And it's not surprising. This is a very shady company that will do anything for this. And it just sucks because it comes at a cost, pun intended. And it seems like it's going to be our wallets and our enjoyment. So before you comment here saying I'm being harsh on this or just being salty because I don't get fucking a free game sent to me, it just, fuck, dude, like, just open your eyes and realize if you're younger than me, I'm 28. There was a time where gaming was enjoyable and fun and it didn't take money to get content. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, man. I could say over 20 minutes of rant about this. I guess the main highlight is Mortal Kombat 1 will have content for 3 to 4 years, and a bunch of post-launch DLC is probably on the horizon. If you watch my last video, it seems that we're gonna have like 4 combat packs or something. It is what it is, so we'll see how this unfolds, but this is essentially, I think, the catalyst of the downfall of WB Games. It's been a long time coming. I think this is going to go back years from now as what took it over the edge and probably killed a lot of franchises and studios that we love. And again, I don't want that to be the case, but how could it not be? Anyways, guys, want to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I love you. I miss Mortal Kombat X every single day. I really do. And dare I say, I miss MK11. I do. Mortal Kombat 1's a great game, but man, it feels like an empty gym. Great gameplay, but an empty fucking gym, dude. It's the best way I can describe it. And if you say that, the apologists, the Warner Brothers apologists, come out and they call you a hater and they say it's because you didn't get a free copy of the game. You know what, man? It's wild to me. I would rather buy like my own copies of my games so I could just speak freely without being afraid to get punished or something and offend somebody. And that's what happened. I was just continuing to be myself as a sponsored person, and they cut ties with me because I leaked stuff, I gave my opinion, and they didn't like that because it's easier to buy off people to, you know, I could sit here all day. I love you guys. Hope you're looking forward to all this support coming soon at a cost. I love you. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, stepping on it.